came 24 years back here, there was not one tree. I was very fortunate to meet Fukuoka when he was in India twice. Probably something inside me of non-violence, ahimsa was going on, that I caught on to every word he said. And what he was saying is, don't interfere in the soil, don't tilt. It was very perfect in a horticulture environment. So one didn't really interfere with the soil, with pruning. So 12 years we didn't prune. And we were not even taking the fruits. We would ask the fruit, are you ready to be plucked? And it would fall pluck into your hand, you know. But 12 years later, I saw it became a big forest and there were not many fruits. So I knew something is not balancing off. We were putting back everything, all the grass, everything. But something was missing. I was fortunate to meet a friend of mine, Deepak Sachdev, whose teacher, Professor Dabulkar, who wrote this book, Plenty for All, came here. He was very kind, and he asked me, I told him, I said, this is what I'm doing. He said, wow, that's great. Just wait for 50 years. I said, you crazy? I have no time, so we need to do something now. So he asked me, do you shave? I said, yeah. He says, an animal is to prune the big trees, so you need to prune. It resonated with me. And as I started pruning, I realized the biomass, the energy that was being dissipated in the plants came down, things started getting better. More than that, what Fukuoka's philosophy worked was, by not interfering, everything in 12 years was balancing off. But in the middle of the monsoon, you put on a light, you'll hardly see any insects. I mean, it was like a National Geography before, and you'd find thousands of insects around curtains, around the lights. The birds have come. It took 22 years for the birds to come. You can hear birds throughout the day. People ask me, what do you guarantee at the farm? I said, a symphony of birds every morning. So it was my vision and dream to have birds outside a cage. And if you step out of a forest, you will not hear 5% of what you hear here. Everything is very divine. So you can see the divinity of that balancing. And people who want to really go out, you can do commercial farming. I'm not saying don't do commercial farming. But there has to be not the sense of greed. I'm going to grow. So therefore agrotourism balances off. So instead of having dependency on the tree, which is like a mother, you serve her, you nourish her, you love her. And that pays. That will pay in the way you vision it. I had another vision, I got different fruits. Everybody has a vision. You will get exactly what you want. I promise you that. I was very blessed to have an Indian farmer, P.D. Bafna from Dahanu, having visited us here when I started the farm. He told me one thing, make sure the earthworms do the business of farming. So, don't follow traditional styles, but make a forest zone around every tree. And after I met Dabulkar, he taught me a technique of soil building. It was really horrible, very back-breaking. Even the tribals were running away. Nobody wanted to work here. But it did give results. I do it even today. Soil building is very important. One can really know more about soil building. There are groups who are doing this work in India. And soil building is very important if you start the farm. So you have to connect with it. It works. And today we have all types of fruiting trees. We have chikus, you have mangoes, different types. You have coconut, we have papaya, we have love apple, rose apple, and which other fruit trees we have? Custard apple, ramphal, and lots more. So it works for every tree. It even works for vegetables. It works for salads. So it's really workable. Don't doubt. Experiment, try. It works. And go to places which are working very well. So your doubts and your questions and your troubles will be sorted out. Here we are actually on the farm now. We have 23 types of banana. In India there are 1,000 species. can actually go and see them at a Central Research Institute of Banana at Tiruchirappalli. What we've been doing here is building soil around every root zone of a plant. Lots of people don't know that a banana takes a year to fruit, and it's not like a mango tree which keeps fruiting. So you have to cut the main bark and get your fruit. One philosophy I have been following in farming is whatever I take from my mother, I give back at least 3 to 4 times more. So what we do is, if we take about 30 to 50 kilos of banana, we give back at least 150 kilos of the main bark and the leaves by chopping it back and putting it around the root zones. You can even see how happy the roots are. Yeah? You don't need to be so organized and keep it. Everything falls in place. This is the monsoon season. You can actually see the root zone, how happy the roots are. They're all coming up. If there is food up there, roots don't need to go down searching for nutrients. They're very happy staying there. You can find it in a big mango tree or any other coconut tree, any other tree. So much of turmeric or white turmeric, which is called amba haldi in India, will give you so much of turmeric. I think less than 20 grams would give you 2 kilos. Even the tribals don't take out more than quarter kilo. So the soil building has really helped in terms of porosity and biomass. The kind of effort that goes in is minimum. You plant it before monsoon, and around Sankranti, middle Jan, you have 2 kilos of nice turmeric below every plant. If you want to have a farm, you have to have cows. For the cow urine, cow dung and the energy. And Indian cows. We can give you all the data on the cow shed. It's been designed by Dr. Gangavne, India's leading veterinarian. So lots of inputs, techniques, it's all there. I landed up collecting 6 pineapple heads during the time of Rosa. This guy is in the cart selling pineapples. And I planted them. Today we have thousands of pineapple. Normally you get 2 to 3 babies around the pineapple. We get 6 to 12. There was no place on the farm to plant pineapple. There was this only patch where the soil was really bad and I thought nothing will ever grow here. So we started building soil here, and today if you see this patch, they have the best pineapples, the most tastiest pineapples, and they're really happy. You can see them in abundance. So I don't think one should really worry too much about the soil, because you have to build soil as it is. One of the most important aspects of farming is love, care, than food and water and soil. Everybody's question is there enough water, is the soil good, I need to get the soil tested. Here's an example of a star fruit tree I planted. Just look at this size. At the same time I planted another star fruit tree, I'm going to show you that later, and I ignored this one because it was far away from me in one corner of the farm. And the other one, where I had lots of love and attachment to that tree, I used to come in the middle of the night also. I would start from that tree, walk all over the farm, come back to that tree. 10-15 years later, I was sharing buckets full of star fruit with a tribal, and he asked me, what do you feed this tree? And that was the day I realized I actually ignored it where food and water was concerned. So what's the fuss all about?